We are the weavers of Woolwich, who came here thousands of years ago after the River Thames began its journey from Gloucestershire to the North Sea, pouring itself between the banks of this land and drawing us to its shores for our survival. We walked along the river to fish and hunt the beasts who came down from the forest to drink from it.
We have always come from other places as we weave together
the peoples of England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales.
The languages of Nigeria, India, Somalia and Ghana.
The histories of Jamaica, Sri Lanka, Vietnam and Nepal.
The cultures of Poland,
Latvia,
China
and Bangladesh.
Some of us can trace our ancestors back to the last century. Some of us were born abroad or to immigrant parents or grandparents who were not wanted here, who were attacked by thugs.
Many of us fought to be treated as equal citizens. Many of us always treated each other as equal citizens.
And today, we believe that every one of us belongs here.
And we believe that Black lives matter too.
Because we are all colours and cultures, and we are a community.
And Woolwich is our home.
The River Thames has always been here for us to take the free ferry to East London or the Foot Tunnel, 1,000 feet long and 3 metres below the riverbed, where we walk with the water swirling above us.
We take the river buses to the city and we promenade the embankment, west to Greenwich and Tower Bridge, east to Crayford past Thamesmead, which until the 60s was a vast, desolate marshland full of malarial mosquitoes.
We walk on to Era, where the remains of 5,000-year-old trees from ancient forests can be found on the foreshore.
We walk and talk while inhaling the fresh river air.
We are the weavers who were employed to construct the ships in Woolwich Dockyard from 1512 for 300 years. And we remember working in the Royal Arsenal, its high wall extending 3 miles long.
Tramways connecting its numerous factory buildings where we made armaments for all the wars this country fought. Propagating and defending its interests and territories.
When the British Empire ruled a quarter of the world, Africa, Asia, Australasia, America.
Most of us were simple workers with no rights ourselves. No unions or laws offering us protection from our employers.
Most of us could not even read and write back then, migrating in our hordes from the countryside where we farmed.
Because when the crops failed, we prematurely died, and we relied only on each other to survive.
Some of us lived in the dangerous dust hole where Woolwich High Street and General Gordon Square now lie. One of the worst slums in Victorian London.
We had no choice. There was no running water for the poor, no toilets for the poor. Sometimes we had to drink water from the Thames, polluted with raw sewage.
We, the working people of Woolwich, were weavers of families.
Neighbours, relatives, friends, traders, shopkeepers, teachers.
And when wars took our men away to the front lines, we women were recruited as munitionettes in the munitions factory of the Arsenal.
Filling shells with explosive powder, turning our skins so yellow we were called the Canaries. A few of us died from it, and other chemicals.
Yet, when the war ended, we missed the camaraderie. We were forced to leave our jobs to be replaced by returning soldiers.
and how happy we were when all women were finally allowed to vote in 1928.
We, the weavers of Woolwich, were proud of who we were. We wanted a better future for our children. We joined the Labour Party when it came along to fight for our rights.
We are the weavers who formed the Arsenal Football Club from the Labour force in 1886, moving to Islington over 100 years later.
We formed our own co-op too. In 1872, our profit share shops for ordinary people.
And we were also merchants, living it large in the big houses near Woolwich Common, which were knocked down to become council flats in the 70s.
We are the weavers stationed in the Military Academy and Royal Artillery Barracks, which at 1,000 feet is the longest continuous Georgian building in Europe, where we saw plays at the Royal Artillery Theatre and in the Grand Theatre in Wellington Street and the Woolwich Empire Theatre in Beresford Street, which had been on that site for over 123 years when it was torn down in 1959.
Today, the Arsenal and the town are in transformation.
Homes are springing up for the latest incomers, who desire its proximity to the river, its quiet walkways, factory conversions, and because this has to be a town for everyone, the new social housing developments are everywhere,
blurring the boundaries between those who are in and those who are out.
Today, we look forward to emerging from COVID-19
more resilient, stronger, full of hope,
and inspired to enjoy this life of ours.
We, the weavers, are grateful to those who support us, to the Woolwich Common Community Centre for its weekly food bundles and tasty hot meals.
Grateful to the NHS who look after us all.
We remember the Woolwich ferry spinning in the Thames,
around and around and around,
its lights blazing,
its horn resounding for miles.
As a special thank you from our town.
And we thank the council for all its services and all the community groups, frontline workers, charities.
We are the weavers of Woolwich. Building on the past. As we work towards a fairer future for everyone.
We have come so far already. We will keep our dreams alive as we move into the future.